Okay, so our text is right in front of us, right? And yesterday, how far did we get? Help me remember. What paragraph were we at? Just say it if you know it. 26. Oh, yes, we had just highlighted if I can't run this green off, I'll scrub it off, right? And I think our nugget said that he was scrubbing and running the green off, right? Those were his, oh, I almost forgot. Let me move. Yeah, go ahead and get your highlighters out. I'm going to do this. And real quick up here, let's continue our list. We found evidence for a somebody, right? Who is our somebody, everybody? Verdi. And then we had a wanted. What did Verdi want?
To stay yellow.
To stay yellow. We found a but. What was the but?
He's turning green.
Yeah, turning green. And did we get a so yet?
Yes.
Yeah, what is he doing to solve his problem? Esmeralda?
He's trying to rub it off.
He's trying to rub it off. He's trying to run it off, right? He's got all these crazy ideas that aren't working, are they? And scrubbing. Yep. So now,
All we need is then.
how many pages? All we need is then. But how many pages do we have left in this text? I think 2, don't we? Two. There's 2 pages. So do you think that we're gonna just find a then? No. Here's the thing about some stories is that in order to be more interesting for us, they don't like to just stop with one problem. They like to throw some more buts in there, some more problems in there, okay? And so, So as we're reading, we might come across another but or another so. And if we do, that's where you're going to stop me, okay?
Okay.
Actually, come to think of it, you guys ended I stopped you a little early yesterday. My other class was a little further ahead. We got our so that he was trying to scrub it off and that he was trying to run it off, right?
Yeah.
Does he do anything else just from our memory that he like to try to solve his problem? Eric?
He tries to
You want to keep thinking? Mud, right? The mud is coming. So we have kind of another so coming up, right? So make sure you stop me when we get there. All right, we're going to start with 27. You're going to fill in my words as I leave them. Here we go. His frantic
splashing
caught the eye of a large bottom feeder cruising the murky
decks.
Yum, the old fish. Lunch. Before the fish could haul Verdi under, the frightened snake
Bit
him on the nose. With a blast of his rubbery lips, the great fish sneezed, sending Verdi into the air. Slapping onto the soggy shore, Verdi skidded out of reach. Phew, that was close, he sputtered. Every inch of his body was covered with
Wet.
gloppy mud.
Stop.
Ooh.
It's not to the point where he keeps it on.
He doesn't keep it yet. Hang on. Hold that thought. Kind of lumpy. Kind of
Brown.
It sure beats being
Green.
He left some mud.
Stop.
There we go. That's our stop. So let's jump in here on the text. And let me see if I can. Nope, I can't. Okay. I gotta move this. So we're gonna jump here on the text. And we're gonna highlight what number line is that?
The last one.
So-
It sure beats being green.
Oh, he left the mud on it. So it's in 32.
Oh no, I gotta write your name.
And
Sorry.
oh, you're fine. It's just not cooperating. Okay, there we go. We're gonna highlight. He left the mud on. And what's our nugget going to be?
The mud stays.
What was our nugget right before?
Mud on.
He tried rubbing and running.
Okay.
So what else did he try? We could kind of keep that going. Eric? I cannot hear you because there's so much banging around the room. Can you say it again?
He tried to climb it off.
Well, he wasn't climbing, but he tried to keep the mud on, right? Yeah. Can anybody shorten that? Rowan?
Just so you know, you said running, not running and scrubbing.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, what could our nugget be? Can you shorten that for me? Miss Sanchi.
Mud on. The mud stays on. The mud stays on.
The mud stays on. How about he
Mud
tried
stays
mud?
on.
What about he tried mud?
He tried mud.
Because he tried running, he tried scrubbing, and then he tried mud?
But yeah.
All right, let's do it. He tried mud. Comment. Or in your case, he tried mud. He left the mud on is what we highlighted, and we just put he tried mud. That's another so, right?
Yes.
He tried that, it didn't work. He tried that, it didn't work. So he tried that, and it still did not work. Okay. Now, the rest of our story, I think we're going to find another but.
We are.
We are. There's more problems that come up, right? So as we're reading, we're looking for, okay, what's our next problem that happens? Let's go ahead and jump in with paragraph 27, right? 27?
33.
Oh, interesting. 33, my fault. Let's try that again. 33. But the... Oh, I am glad you said that. The word but is not what we're looking for. When I say we're looking for a but, what I really mean is we're looking for another big problem that our character has to solve. Yeah. So you were right. You found the next but, for sure. But we're going to look for a little deeper problem. Okay. Also, somebody should be tallying how many times I've said the word but today in class. Okay. 33. Ready? Here we go. But the soft brown muck dried into a hard gray
Shell.
and Verdi could barely
Move.
If he even budged, the stuff cracked off in jagged chunks. As each piece fell away, Verdi could see that his body was even
greener
than before. Go ahead and turn the page. This is
terrible,
cried Verdi. He pictured himself hanging around in droopy, itching and complaining and worrying all day like the old
greens.
He looked up into the sky, where the sun blazed a beautiful yellow, just the color he used to be. Then he pulled a
vine
to the top of the tree. Launching himself from the treetop, Verdi startled a flock of colorful birds. He became dizzy with
delight.
Sure, the bright sun and his lofty speed would turn him golden again. In his joy, Verdi forgot he would fall back to
Earth.
Whippity, whappity, flip, flap,
Wham!
plop. On whippity, whappity, flip, flap. Let me keep going just a little bit. Hang on. Plummeting through the trees, Verdi landed in a crooked sprawl across a log on the forest floor. He couldn't
Move. Stop.
This is a big problem, right? This is where Verdi's life really starts to change, isn't it? When he can't move, when he's injured, when he's on the ground, this is where we start seeing Verdi to change a little bit. So let's highlight, he couldn't move.
Very small sentence.
Very small, I like that about that.
3 words.
Where are we?
I also had another stop.
It's in chapter 38.
What are you thinking, Rowan?
When he went up to the sun to try to get yellow again.
That might be another so, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're right. I missed that one. But I agree with you, Rowan. We'll do this one and then we'll go back and do that one, okay? What line are we at for he couldn't move? I found it.
38.
38, thank you.
You are scatterbrained this afternoon.
Oh, thank you so much. He couldn't move, so Verdi hurt himself?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. And that is another but. So let me mark another but.
Oh, I'm already marking them.
You just said it like 5 times already.
No, she said it like 9 times.
Okay. All right, but stay focused. I don't want that to be too distracting. But we got another problem, right? I marked it in orange. Okay. And now let's go back because Rowan brought up a really great point. She said, I think there's another so in there. What line is that at, Rowan?
36.
36. Yeah, he launched himself into the treetop, right?
Yes.
That was another so. He was trying to do that because, oh no. I just turned my computer off with this iPad. I'm just nailing the game, friends. All right, well, I'll return it back on.
Oh, that's funny.
It's really quite depressing, actually, but it's okay.
Hashtag best 40.
Okay, so.
Hashtag nailed it. So, go ahead and highlight, sure the bright, launching himself from the treetop. Because that's another thing he tried, right? He tried to fly into the air. So should we say he tried flying?
Yep.
Is he?
What was the nugget?
For this one?
Yeah, what was the chicken nugget?
They already hurt himself.
No, Shelton.
Yeah.
As soon as he launched himself from the treetop, you just hear the cue. Hallelujah.
That would be pretty funny. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if this is one, but I think I found another one.
What?
Barely forgot he would fall back to earth.
Yeah, so that's where the problem, like really, we picked he couldn't move as the problem, but that could have also been the problem, right? We could have picked either one of those sentences. Because you're right, falling back to earth is what really caused that big fall, that big break, right? So that would have worked for our butt also, Esmeralda, but we don't need to do both because they're both about falling. Okay, now, after, eyes up here. After our author introduces a problem, what does our author do? Solves it, the so, right? So that would mean that next up would be some sort of solution to the problem that Verdi is now broken and can't move. Okay? I want you to talk with your neighbor so that you're thinking ahead on this. What do you think will solve this problem? So what did the author do to solve the problem that he has broken? Go ahead and talk it out.
He didn't really know.
Five. Back to me. Oh, that was sad. Back to me. That was better. Okay, don't tell me. But now you know what you're looking for and when we're going to stop for our next evidence, okay? So where are we at, paragraph 39?
Yes.
You want to do the first word? It's the most fun. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Oh my gosh, you did that so well. This morning we talked about they like yelled it. They said, help! But it says he croaked. And you guys croaked beautifully. Do it again.
Help.
He croaked. As usual, the Greens had been watching Verdi's antics. They moved
Quickly.
to where he lay. Didn't we say it would come to this? Humble said, shaking his head. Aggie sighed. Lucky thing he still got two good eyes. They gently lifted Verdi up to a safer
Place.
what's our so, Marie?
They gently lifted Verdi up to a safer place.
They gently lifted Verdi up to a safer place. So, I can't show you because now my computer's doing an update, but you can find it with your eyes. What paragraph is it?
43.
43. Go ahead and highlight. They gently lifted Verdi up to a safer place. And let's think about our nugget. Milo?
He got picked up by the Greens.
Let's say the Greens picked it.
The Greens saved him.
The Greens saved. The Greens helped. The Greens saved him. Yeah, that totally works.
Green.
The Greens
Or he was lifted.
helped. Yep, I remember. I'm just trying to think of the shortest one possible for one more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to move this so our e-learners can see it since they can't see. There we go, guys. That's your nugget.
The green.
The iPad is. The computer is not, but the iPad is. Yep. We'll get it. Thanks for being patient, e-learners. We appreciate it. What? No, they're not, but they'll watch this video eventually. Okay.
Can we say hi? Are you okay?
Yeah, at the end. Okay.
No.
Now.
The green tell?
Yep. So make sure you've marked that.
Can you do your Wi-Fi thing?
No, it's not Wi-Fi. My computer's restarting now. Shark bait. Hey guys, we need to stay focused on the task at hand.
Isn't that another cell?
Yes, it is. Two butts, two so's. See that?
There we go.
Now, maybe we're just going to have it then, but maybe our author's going to throw another problem in there.
Oh no.
Think back to the story, talk with your neighbor. What do you think's going to come?
I don't think there's going to be another problem. Honestly.
5.
Yeah.
Back to me. All right, have it in mind and remember, stop me when we get there. That's so hard, isn't it? Okay, we are looking at paragraph 43. We'll restart 43 since we didn't read the whole thing. Okay, 43, eyes on 43. They gently lifted Verdi up to a safer
Place.
where they could watch over him while he,
Healed.
44, neatly splinted to a,
Branch.
Verdi had no choice but to listen to the,
Green.
as they
Yeah.
gabbed, which means to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Remember how I used to
Street.
across the forest floor? Ribbon asked. Quick as,
Lightning.
answered Aggie. And I climbed giant trees like they were.
Nothing.
They grew taller then, you know. The things I dared to run down and,
Swallow.
Umbles bragged, wild boar were no match for me. Verdi was,
Astonished.
you used to run and climb and hunt giant.
Pigs.
What? Oh, wait, what?
I think it's stop.
Why do you think it stopped?
I feel like it's a then, because then there's was astonished.
Ah, yes. Is that how the story ends, though?
So very little.
Then is like our resolution. It's like, hey, everything is good now, usually in
Like the-
children's stories at least. Like everything's good now, and this is how it ended up. Are we at the ended up part yet?
No.
Not quite. Esmeralda?
But then it's like the solution.
Yes. Well, so is kind of like the potential solutions, and then is like, hey, this is really where it's at. Yep. Yeah.
I think it would be a so.
You think it would be a so?
Yeah.
What problem is it solving? No, so it doesn't really fit. Now, is it important information? Yeah. Does it tell us more about our characters? Yeah, for sure. Eyes are up here. Does it help our character develop a little bit? Yeah, listening to those green stories definitely changes him, right? But I think we're heading towards our next thing. Which paragraph are we in?
49.
40. Oh yeah, we'll start with 49. Here we go. Ribbon.
Crash.
Oh,
Crash.
thanks, Esmeralda. Let's all get on board. 49. Ribbon.
Crash.
Just like you, Aggie replied. I took a terrible fall and almost put an eye out. Then old Umbles here nearly choked to
Death.
Now we all prefer the quiet,
Life.
a warm perch, a little sunshine, and an occasional good.
Meal.
Turn the page. Looking at line 50. The Greens rambled on about their days of,
Glory.
and Verdi settled in on his.
Branch.
Finally, one afternoon, Umble said, looks like you are ready to go again. He carefully untied Verdi from the.
Branch.
You are welcome to come with,
Us.
said Aggie. Ribbon agreed. The 3 Greens slipped quietly back into the.
Horse.
Verdi wasn't ready to
Join
them. He wasn't sure when he wanted to go, where he wanted to go, so he just stretched and stayed put until the sun went.
Down.
He listened to the forest come.
Alive.
Time. Are you stopping me or do you have a question?
I just have a question.
Oh, yeah, you can ask a question. Go ahead.
I have a question. How could a snake untie something or tie something?
That is the beauty of fiction, isn't it? I don't think a snake.
Beauty of fiction and knowledge and the rules of the book.
Yep, it all fits for this author's world, right?
So
Yeah. Mhm. All right, let's jump in with what paragraph are we at?
56.
Thank you, 56. All eyes there. Remember, if we cut out, we have to start all over. 56. Time.
Pass.
The sun and moon took turns in the.
Sky.
Verdi marveled as the full moon grew
Thinner.
every night. Then he watched
Patiently.
as it slowly
Grew.
round again. He wondered why he hadn't noticed that.
Before.
Verdi became so
Green.
that he blended perfectly with the leaves. He was so still that other creatures walked right by without seeing
him.
One fine morning, as Verdi basked in the
Sunshine.
2 small yellow snakes approached. They tapped and fidgeted as they
Stared.
get a load of that old green,
Guy.
one of them whispered. Do you think he ever?
Moves.
The other,
Snickered.
I seriously doubt.
It.
They're just like I used to be, thought Verdi. And I'm now what I was
Afraid.
to be.
He looked at his.
Pause.
Oh, it's stopped.
Why?
Because it's still telling him how he used to be, and like when those like those 2 kids are like him when he used to be little. When he was
Yeah,
little.
and here it says, I am now what I was afraid to be. Friends, that's a problem. That's a but, right? That's a problem. We have another problem then. So, let's underline that sentence in 61. And I'm now what I was afraid to be.
But the answer's right after it.
It is. It's going to be such a quick but so.
No.
I know.
Another?
How about so?
But
Oh yeah, Miss Shelton.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, excellent. I'm doing so swell then.
so.
Hey, we're almost back up
Wait,
and
how
running.
many butts is that?
All right. We will tally at the end. Right now we're going to say focus. Nope. Esmeralda.
what do we highlight?
Let's highlight that part. And I'm now what I was afraid to be. And what is that nugget? What is that problem? Why is that a problem? A huge problem for Verdi. Probably the biggest problem of all. Talk with your neighbors.
It's a huge problem because he never wanted to be like he wanted to be like the yellow snake. He was a yellow snake and now he's green. He's given up on it. So many questions.
5. Back to me. Why is this a big, huge, ginormous, gargantuan problem? Carson, what do you think?
I think it's because he wanted to be a yellow snake.
He wants to what?
He wanted to be like them or like a yellow snake. And
Yeah.
He didn't want to be like those little lousy things. Like they weren't really lousy.
Right. But he's kind of become lazy, right? Yeah.
Maybe he likes being green.
Does he?
No.
I'm guessing he likes parts of it, right? Like when he's green and still, other animals can't see him, which means he's safe from predators, right? Those are adaptations that help him survive. I'm sure he likes that part. But this is like huge character development here. What's going on? Marie?
He's kind of like, well, Rowan said that he was kind of like afraid to be green before, and so now he's like afraid of himself, maybe?
Is he afraid of himself?
No, he's not, but he's afraid of what he's become.
He's afraid of what he's become. He has turned into that lazy snake that he didn't want to be, right? So there's our problem. Verdi turned or is
Like that.
lazy.
Maybe he's lazy.
Lazy, green. He thought those were always the same thing, right? Like he was sure that if he turned green, he would also turn lazy. Well, here he is, green and lazy, so it turned out to be true, right?
I'm putting /3.
Run 61, right?
What?
Run
61. Yep. We're gonna keep going with 61 because we didn't finish it. So now, if our author gave us a but, the author's gonna give us a so, right? We're gonna solve that problem. So let's keep reading and hopefully we'll find out how that problem gets solved. So 61, I'm going to start again at the beginning of 61 so it's easier to follow along, okay? Eyes on 61. They're just like I used to be, thought Verdi, and I'm now what I was afraid to be. He looked at his big green body and slowly, how would you like to climb trees with me? Okay, I'll stop. Why? Izzy.
Because it's now, it's the cell. Because it says he looked at his big green body and slowly smiled.
He smiled, but I think the next sentence is even more important. What is it, Izzy?
To climb trees.
What did he do?
He's still himself.
He's still himself. He invited the yellows to climb trees with him, right? So go ahead and underline, how would you like to climb trees with me? Or highlight, sorry. Highlight, how would you like to climb trees with me?
Oh my gosh, I just made green.
What?
I used my other side because they're right by each other and I still made green.
Oh, hey, it's perfect. For this story, right?
I have a green palette.
That's what we need. Hey, friends. Fix it. Thank you. I was going to try to get it up, but I don't know if this is good. Okay, I'll just ignore that for now. Okay, what is our nugget? What's the so there? Rowan?
He's still himself.
Okay, yeah, he's still himself. We're actually going to get to that specific thought here in a minute, so I want to save it. Because really that's the end, right? That's the end of our story. In this part, really all that happened is he decided to climb trees, right? So how about Verdi? Verdi climbed trees. You got that one, Carson? All right, now that we have 3 buts and 3 so's, and only 2 paragraphs left, I'm thinking we're left with just our then. So when we get to our then, our resolution, our hey, this is over now, you're all going to say,
Stop.
okay, here we go. We're going to start at paragraph 62. 62. With you, the yellows were astounded. I'll even show you my fancy figure,
8.
Verdi replied, though he was a little worried about putting his eye out. With practice, the 3 snakes performed a perfect
Triple.
figure 8. Leaping and looping with his little striped friends, Verdi laughed. I may be big and very
Green.
but I'm still.
Stop.
Underline, I'm still me, right? I'm still me is our then.
You're gonna want to edit this video and say, please do not be wearing headphones. It will be very.
I'll add a little note. Carson wants to make sure your ears are okay, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, our nugget. How does it end up? Esmeralda?
I'm still me.
I'm still me. Verdi is still himself? Okay, all right. Let me make it so they can't see.
Is Verdi a girl or
A boy.
It's a boy. He's a boy.
Okay.
Well, where do we?
The last sentence. I'm still me. Make sure you're paying attention. Well, the last little.
You
Not yet. We're not done.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, we have done A. We approached the text. We did G. We got the gist and the purpose. Then we just finished E for evidence. What's next? Which is notice word choice. Today, we're just going to jump in and get any figurative language. So remember, figurative language is where the author doesn't mean literally what it says. There may be exaggerating or talking around something or using a phrase that doesn't really make sense. I already see that we found some, so we'll keep talking about it as we find it. Carson, what figurative language did you find?
I found it a lot earlier. If you look back.
Yeah, give us a paragraph number. Kelly, I'm going to put this right in front of you obnoxiously, but I'm hoping
In paragraph
it
39,
will.
help. I don't think he actually wrote.
Paragraph 9,
39.
39. Everybody turn to 39. Oh, croaked is actually not figurative language. It's just a descriptive word because you can really, it doesn't always mean like a ribbit croaks. It's like a gravelly sound in your voice. Good try though. Can you find any other possibilities? Kelly.
Number 9.
Paragraph 9.
If I don't shed soon, this
Ah.
itchy skin will drive me bananas.
Yes! If I don't shed soon, the itchy skin will drive me bananas. Go ahead and underline or highlight that. It's in paragraph 9. If I don't shed soon, this itchy skin will drive me bananas. That is figurative language because we are not literally getting in a car and driving bananas, right? That is an idiom. It's a phrase that we just have used over time, and even though it shouldn't make sense, it does. Itchy skin will drive me bananas. What?
It just means she's gonna go.
Drive me crazy. Yep. Yep. All right. Any other figurative language? Rowan?
Number 17, Verdi's heart sank.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, I missed that one. You find all the stuff I missed, Rowan. It's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Let's highlight in paragraph 17, Verdi's heart sank. It didn't literally sink, right? It almost feels like it's sinking when it goes like that. Good one. Any other figurative language we found? Miss Marie?
Verdi tapped the tune with his tail.
Verdi tapped a tune with his tail. What paragraph is that?
That's in
10. Tapped a tune with his tail?
Tap, tune, tail.
10. Okay, do you know what type of figurative language that's called?
No, but I know that Kelly had it in her writing once, and that you told us it was figurative language.
It is. It's called alliteration. It's where every word starts with the same letter. Yep, so that is alliteration. So we can highlight tapped a tune with his tail in number 10.
I'm just gonna tap.
Yeah. Sanjvi, can you find it? Paragraph 10 is on the first page. Tapped a tune with his tail. They're so fun to say. All right, Sanjvi, did you find one?
He's likely to put an eye out on his branch.
Now, this one we talked about because usually if your parents look at you and say, "You're gonna poke your eye out," they're speaking figuratively. They're exaggerating. In this story, doesn't it remind you of the Christmas story?
You're gonna shoot your eye.
Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out. Reminds me of every time.
Yeah.
But Sanjvi, think about this for a second. In this story, are they actually meaning that he might actually poke his eye out?
No.
They are. Remember Aggie said he almost put his eye out the one time?
Yeah.
So they're actually being literal here, even though that's usually used as figurative.
Yeah, but who puts an eye out on a branch?
A snake does.
That makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, it has to do with our character too, doesn't it? Normally that would totally be one. Yeah.
So don't highlight it?
Don't highlight it. Yep. Lily?
This is in
Paragraph?
Droopy
Droopy
green body.
green bodies is actually just really descriptive language. It's not figurative because it actually means that they're droopy and they're green. Okay?
They have bodies.
Good try though. I like that one. Oh. No. Kennedy.
Thank you. Paragraph 38.
38. Let's all go there.
Falling through the trees, Verdi landed in a crooked sprawl across the log on the forest floor.
That part is actually not figurative language. However, there is figurative language. Because that he literally did, right? He plummeted through the trees and he landed. But there is some figurative language in 38. You see the first sentence?
Whippity wappity foot flap wham.
Whippity wappity foot flap wham. We do have some alliteration there, but we also have my personal favorite word of all time. Oh, I always have to look up how this is spelled.
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. No, not quite. Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Everybody say onomatopoeia. 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 Onomatopoeia is where the word sounds like what it would sound like in real life. So like bam or crash or crackle. Those words sound like what it sounds like in real life. And so onomatopoeia. There is one there. Any other figurative language? Izzy?
It's on the first page.
First page.
Number 12.
12.
Sporty stripes.
Ooh, sporty stripes would be what? Alliteration. Yep, that would be alliteration. Yeah. This author loved alliteration. It shows up in there a lot. Ellie?
It's in 58. One fine morning, as Verdi.
Wait, 58 you said? Okay, one fine morning as Verdi basked in the sunshine. Are you thinking the word basked? Do you know what that word means?
Yeah.
You should mark that because it would be an unknown word for you. Basked actually means to lay out in the sun. So he's literally basking. Yep, but you can underline, or you can highlight that one as an unknown word for this one. Any other figurative language? Esmeralda?
Which one was the one that Izzy said?
Izzy said,
Sporty stripes on number 12.
sporty stripes in number 12. Thank you,
Are we
Izzy.
allowed to underline that?
Yeah, that would be alliteration. Rowan, do you have another one?
I think, but I don't know. But the cell ground up right into a hard gray shell.
That is literally a hard gray shell. When mud dries, it makes that shell.
Horrible. I hate it. It
Yeah.
stinks.
Hey, I want everybody to look in paragraph 1.
Okay.
One type of figurative language is called a simile.
Oh.
And a simile uses like or as to compare two things. There is a simile in paragraph 1. Give me a thumbs up when you can find it. Be quiet because people are trying to focus. Kelly, would you put that aside for a minute?
There's two.
All right. Who can help me? Where is it? No. Thank you. Kelly, what is it?
Grew up big and green as the tree's leaves.
Everybody highlight as green as the tree's leaves. Yeah, we're comparing how green he's going to become to the leaves of a tree. As green as the tree's leaves.
I don't.
Is he?
I don't know if this is one. It might be. But, the sun rose above the steamy jungle.
Nope, that one's not. That's literal. The jungle actually feels steamy because it's so humid and moist. Yep. Yep. All right, any other figurative language? We'll take 2 more and then we're going to move on.
On the first paragraph in like right here.
Yeah.
It says grow up big and green.
Yeah, that one is literal too because Verdi's literally going to turn green, right? Yeah. All right, friends, we finished N. What's after N?
T.
T. All right, I know that I am standing right in the way, but I promise to move in a moment. While I am setting it up here, you guys go ahead and keep your stuff on your desk, get out your Chromebook, and go to Canvas. Yes. You found more? Okay, as we're moving, go ahead and tell us. You said 25? What's it say? Tapped. Read the whole sentence to me.
Cack. She said cack. Cack. Cack.
Oh, cack. That would be an onomatopoeia. Yes, 100%. You can highlight that one.
Oh, I think
Oh, can you guys get online?
What?
Okay, we're going to stop with figurative language because I need to see if his Chromebooks are going to work. Go ahead and go on Canvas.
I'm trying to log in, so I always. Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may raise your hand if there's a problem, but we don't need any extra comments. All right, eyes on me real quick. What you are going to do now that we have read the text is you're going to answer some questions. Close your Chromebooks in class for a second. I'm going to give directions so that it's here on this video and that you guys have the directions, and then we're going to deal with the internet in a second, okay? So, there are 4 questions. It's, in your modules, it's going to say Verdi quiz. This isn't really a quiz, it's just questions, okay? But you are going to answer 4 questions about Verdi. Listen, all eyes should be on me right now. The first question tells you to ask a question about the text that we read. Remember, that's the skill we're practicing, okay? And so, let's think through just a regular question we could ask about this story. We wanted to start with a question stem with who, what, when, where, why, or how. And maybe let's just pick a page and make a question. Here we go. Dozer was snoring in a tree not far from the others. Hello, said Verdi. Do you want to climb trees with me? I'm tired, Dozer growled. Go do a few laps around the jungle, okay? Boom. What's a question we could ask about this text? Pretend you're the teacher for a second, and you're reading to your students. What's a question we could ask to make sure they understood? Remember, start with the question step. Miley, you want to try one?
Why is Dozer very tired?
Do we know the answer in the text for that one?
No.
No, but we could do a different why question. We could say, why was Dozer snoring? The answer would be because he is tired. Absolutely. Did anybody have a different question we could ask? Rowan.
Why is Verdi bugging Dozer?
And what is our answer?
He went to go ask him a question.
Good. So our question would be, why is Verdi bugging Dozer? Our answer would be because he's trying to answer this question of his, right? Yes. All right. What's another question we could ask about this? What about who is snoring in the tree? What's our answer to that? Dozer. What about, what is Dozer doing? What is Dozer doing? Sleeping in a tree. What about, what do we get? Who, what, when? Could we ask a when question?
When is this happening?
Do we know the answer? No. We could probably skip when.
Where?
What did Verdi learn about greens? That they are lazy and boring. Yes, absolutely. So you are going to ask a question about the text and an answer. A simple question like that. Not something about what do you think about this or how do you feel about. No. A what, a who, what, when, where, why, or question about the text. The next thing we'll ask you to answer that question, and then you've got 2 multiple choice questions that we're going to talk about real quick. Are you ready? Yes. The first question has check boxes like this. Do you know what that means when you see check boxes on a multiple choice question? Esmeralda? Okay, I will. All right. I'll just tell you what it means, guys. It means you're going to choose more than one answer.
Not always.
Yes.
Always.
There are probably some websites that screw that up, so maybe not always, but most of the time. And if you see a circle, that means you're going to choose one. Yep. So that's a nice little visual cue to help you remember, okay? Those are the 4 questions that you are going to answer. So you guys can go ahead and get on Canvas and try to get this starting. Onliners, you can go ahead and start your Verdi questions assignments now.